Greetings, community, and welcome to Entropy and Comics and another edition of Kevin's most anticipated reads tomorrow for New Comic Book Day for 6/4/2025. And here we are once again, and it's great to be alive. I appreciate each and every one of you for cruising on through. And for those of you that do catch me on the rewind, I appreciate you catching me just in time for this New Comic Book Day. Now, here we go. Let's jump right into Boom Studios, which is going to give us Wind, the Power of the Blood. Issue number 4. We're nearing, which I believe it to be, issue 4 of 5, I believe, of this miniseries. I also make the assumption that this is the end of this. This is the, if I recall, I think we're 3 volumes into the series. I'm loving this series. Ever since it was introduced, I really enjoyed it. And even though most people that I know that first initially started the story is not continuously reading the series, I don't think there's any change. If anything, there's more gravity to the series and more to the story. This kid is going in and trying to save not only his village, but now realizing the whole planet from what seems to be an impending doom. If his friends and him can't find a way to go ahead and reverse this growing and increasingly stronger vampiric rule that seems to be slowly taking over their whole planet. Yeah, that's it. They only had 2 issues to do it in, and 2, everything's mounting against them. I don't know how they think they're going to go ahead and beat these odds. Really, there's not many against so many, and it's just getting to be a bigger problem. I know it seems vague, but if you've been reading it, you know that this is a series about a fantasy series about kind of like a Middle Earth time style story in a time in which that we're not quite certain. But it does have all the elements that do revolve around a series in which it gives us a very token feel, but it also offers the elements and only in which the Tanya can do himself. So I really have been enjoying this series, and I can't get enough. And now that we're ramping up to what seems to be the ending of this series, it just seems to be getting more and more vicious and more visceral. There's considerably, more damage being done not only to the people, but to the realm itself of the where these original main characters come from, which seemingly was untouchable, and we're just seeing these dealings that are going on that are just undermining what everyone thought they were living in, and it just seems like everyone's in a potential hell that's just waiting to happen. Boom's Wind is just nothing short of just fantastic, and I can't get enough. Yeah, James and his crew have just done a wonderful job in the series, and I can't wait to get my hands on issue number 4. Hey, Jag, hope you're doing well. Moving out from Moon Studios, let's cruise over to IDW and talk about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Naruto. Issue number 4 also. I had no background history and understanding of this anime character. I am somewhat familiar with the Turtles, and I have been for a few decades. This crossover was 1, I didn't ever expect, and 2, had no idea what to expect of it, and 3, oh my God, give me more. This is an awesome series. If I recall, Joseph is the individual who's been writing this thing. He's doing not only a fantastic job on the series, but for an individual much like myself that has no background history on a character, much like Naruto, almost got it. Yeah, it's been a pleasure to read, and I've been getting some background history on this character without bogging down the story or the series in itself. Quite some fun, I just have to say, and I can't get enough. And that's why I'm just telling you right now, if you're not familiar with this character, or if you're somewhat familiar with the anime and you're not familiar with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, highly recommend this crossover, and I'm a crossover fan like you wouldn't believe. So IDW doing a great job on this, and I can't wait to get my hands on tomorrow's issue. Let's cruise out from IDW and cruise over to Dynamite. They're going to give us 1 issue also of Space Ghost annual. Can you believe it? It's been over a year, and Davis is doing a great job on this thing, and we're getting his first annual for Space Ghost, issue number 1. I know he's been excited. He's now doing 3 series. He's going to be busy up until through 2027, and he's writing all the classics and what, which I dig. Between Space Ghost and Speed Racer, that's all I really needed. But he keeps doing wonderful jobs in all these classic series, and he's again also with Captain Planet that's coming out tomorrow, just killing it on these retellings and these revampings of these classic stories. And again, Space Ghost, being that we're getting an annual, it goes to show you that we're not only going to receive more Space Ghost, but it's just showing you how well established that we've gotten up until this point with this character that has all but been forgotten by many, and I can't appreciate it any more than the fact that someone that I truly enjoy reading, I mean, you know, his writing, but I enjoy reading his stuff, writing this. So I may have missed it in the past, and I may have not been that familiar other than with the cartoons, but being that we're getting someone that I truly enjoy reading with David Pepose reading this, writing the Space Ghost, I can't get enough. And that's why every time it comes out every month, which is doing a wonderful job as far as writing and getting out on time. This annual I'm looking forward to, just because I am looking forward to not only to seeing what he's going to do after this time of playing with this character, but I'm looking forward to how is it looking forward to expanding on this character and this universe. Moving out from Dynamite and talking about from the Space Ghost annual issue number 1 that's coming out to you and me on 6/4/2025. Let's cruise over to Marvel, and they're going to give us a last few. Marvel first start off is going to give us an all-new Venom issue number 7. I just got through reading number 6, and oh my God. Yeah, I mean, I had a feeling where it was getting to from issue number 5, where it was going. And after we get to at the end of issue number 5, where it got to issue number 6, it made sense why everyone chose to do what they're doing. I'm enjoying not only what it's doing, right? Come on, people, is doing with the series, but the tie-in and what's that we got to see with Kelly and Lansing on their Venom War Spider-Man series, and I want to say it was issue number 3 that we end up seeing what Mary Jane was talking about in that all-new Venom series, where she had to go ahead and roll the dice and asked for Venom to go ahead and bump up her gear. That's what caused the problem and why she had to take on the Venom symbiote. It makes sense, especially when I end up hearing from Colin Kelly and Jackson Lansing how their series was going to really tie into something significant down the road. But I had no idea that this is what they were talking about. I really thought it had more to do with the Venom War, and I had no idea it had to do with the Venom symbiote in particular, especially in this series, which is well over, 9 or so months away from the time that they wrote this. I mean, we're almost talking a year or something like that. It's crazy. And then how it ties in, it's just amazing to me. So, yeah, the all-new Venom is something that, issue number 7 is something I'm not only looking forward to, but now that it's making sense with past books and titles that I've been reading, I'm looking forward to it even more. Let's move out from the all-new Venom issue number 7 and talk about Amazing Spider-Man issue number 5. This has just been an amazing series, and it's been doing so well. Yo, Bleak, I hope you're doing well. And congratulations on getting that pull, dude. The facsimile reprint of, yeah, man, seriously, I didn't even get one of those things yet. It's an awesome pull. And Trev, how you do? Hope all is all well with you. Seriously, I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. And yeah, Amazing Spider-Man issue number 5. I don't know if a lot of people knew that there's that whole new relaunch of the Marvel Rivals, and where it's kind of starting is here. I was fortunate enough to not only know that it was coming out, but my shop knew to go ahead and always pick me 2. Now, from my understanding, I think these were considered design variants, and they were also considered a 1 in 10. So that made it a little bit more difficult to go ahead and get 1 and 2. I had to convince them still to give them to me a cover. Lucky me. All right, so yeah, I'm totally looking forward to jumping in those things. And my son has been doing the whole Marvel Rivals game, so I've been getting all the Marvel Rival covers for him. Plus, they're just kind of cool. I have to say, I've been appreciating for the art and for what they are, and the fact that they have been going up in values just makes it like I'm getting my value. Just saying. So yeah, I'm looking forward to not only getting into the story, but hey, I'm just looking forward to admiring the art. Amazing Spider-Man issue number 5 coming out to you and me on 6/4, 2025. Let's move on from that and talk about Doctor Strange of Asgard, issue number 4 of 5. Man, dude, seriously, he loses his power, right? Because he has to give it up to Doom. That's why we end up with this whole Doom thing going on, which will end up probably hitting hard when I would say around, I think when we get to Halloween, we're going to end up seeing some hell coming loose down with this whole Doom. And then soon after, with everything in the Ultimate Universe, seems like coming to the end of this year is going to be hardcore for Marvel. But it's starting and mounting and getting to its crescendo starting right here. Doctor Strange of Asgard issue number 4, he's reacquiring the power that he needs to do to essentially challenge Doom for his power and then reobtain this magic. The only way he was able to do it is go to Asgard and basically kind of circumvent other magics that were kind of being utilized there, but no one ever really make claim to anything. So Strange knew there was no other better place than anyone going ahead and relinquishing any kind of just kind of loose magic to go ahead and gather. So he can go ahead again, like I mentioned before, challenge Doom for this power back to be Sorcerer Supreme once again. But to do that, he needs to be able to have enough power to be able to enact, which I assume he already has a plan in mind. Can't wait. It's been awesome. I've really been enjoying this ride in Doctor Strange of Asgard. It's just truly been one of those titles that I don't think enough people are not only reading, but talking about. Moving on from that, let's talk about Wolverine issue number 7. We're not really getting all the Hell Hulk quite yet, but we're piecing them together slowly. I think really we're going to get is on issue number 8, we're going to get a true appearance of the Hell Hulk at this point. That stated, don't be depressed. Don't think I'm truly spoiling anything as much as not only did I say we're not only piecing them together, but as it turns out, the storyline is also piecing the story together. So it's not that we're just getting this splash and flash in the pan of a character that's supposed to come in and then maybe go or slowly work its way with a slow burn and build. What we're getting is a kind of novel way to go ahead and approach a character that we all know once you kind of take away a Hulk and kind of piece them back together anyways. And being that they're imbued, I think that's what it is, with the power of hell, which they're doing this whole neat little science, which no spoiler there, which they've been doing for over a year, of playing and weaponizing these hellish type creatures. We're getting a good portion of a Hell Hulk here in Wolverine. Yeah, in issue number 7. So I can't wait to go ahead and check that out. I've been enjoying this series and I can't get enough. And that's why Wolverine has been a series that it's another one of those only a few people are talking about. And those of us that are thoroughly enjoying it. Just saying. Moving on from Wolverine, let's talk about the Immortal Thor issue number 24. Bam. It's another one that like I said, I've been getting these rival covers and they're cool. Look, come on. They're cool, right? Just saying. Hey, well, boy. Hope you're doing well, buddy. Like I said, Kai's been enjoying, I've been enjoying them. And then, if they're coming already with the series, might as well get them. If they're no extra cost, even better. Back to the story. Immortal Thor is one of those series that I've been really trying to dump. And I can't seem to do so. I every time I go, all right, that's it. Last few pages kind of hooked me back in. It's like, all right, one more. If it doesn't do it this series, I'm out. All right, one more. If it doesn't, and here we are. Seriously. Issue 24? I've been doing this for almost like a year and a half. Going, all right, that's it. I'm still doing the first arc. All right, maybe the second. All right, maybe the next issue. Yeah, it's not bad. It's just that I have a lot of series that I've been reading. I'm still playing catch up. Again, I always point out to that box that's behind me. I know one is still full. And then along with, that stack right there. Well, that one I still got to read too. So, as always, I'm behind in my reading and I'm really trying to play catch up. And I just figure if I can go ahead and eliminate it, a title or two more, the better. It's not working out, and it's definitely not working out when it comes to Thor. So Immortal Thor, you're not only making the cut, I've really been enjoying it every time I get to the last few pages. It makes it seem all worth it. And as this series has been going on, initially the first arc kind of explained the past 2 series before it. The next arc after kind of set up what was going to happen after. The next 2 arcs just kind of building up to where we're at right now, seemingly. And it paid off in some degree. And here we are. It doesn't seem like I'm necessarily stringing along, but the payoff doesn't seem as great. But well enough to where here I am, still picking it up. So many issues later, I can't get enough. Seriously. And I am looking forward to this. Seriously. So as you see, I already got the issue. I am looking forward to get. I do have to read 23 first, but man, I just read it. And yeah, it's cool. Yeah, it's hooking me. So issue number 24 coming up to you and me on 6/4/2025. Let's cruise off in the Immortal Thor and talk about Spider-Gwen. Go Spider issue 14. This is another one of those things I was trying to get rid of. I was trying not to do. And here we are. I'm talking to you about Spider-Gwen Go Spider. I stopped picking it up on issue 11. And then I bought it on issue 14. So I felt I had to go buy in 12 and 13. I read those things and I'm like, why did I get rid of it? Especially on those two issues, had a totally different feel and a totally different pace. I knew it was ramping up to something, but as it got to there, I was like, okay. So here we are, issue number 14, going, no, I'm looking forward to it again. Like I said, I've been trying to eliminate titles, and here we are. I'm looking forward to titles that I end up eliminating at one point. So again, Spider-Gwen, issue number 14, as she's finding herself and she's had a better understanding. She's dealt with some of the stupidity she had to deal with in the first, the first 7 issues, and now that she's settled in over on this side of 616 and she's really gotten her shit straight, it just kind of blew up back in her face. I'm just saying. It's really been cool. It's been enjoyable. And here we are. Like I said, 14 issues later, and I'm still picking it up. Moving on for Spider-Gwen, Go Spider issue number 14. Let's talk about Ultimate Spider-Man Incursion. It's actually the Marvel Knights version of that, of the One World to Come, but that's actually the Incursion thing, right? Where's the Incursion? No. All right, let's first talk about Incursion. We're not only getting all this. Oh, yeah, that's right. Where are you? I left it there. Damn it. Where Miles Morales definitely has to make a decision on what's going on, and it is, from my understanding, the Miles of the of the other, you know what I'm saying, but now it's in 616, and he's been playing. Miles has to make a decision in this Ultimate Universe, and he's being presented with something, as we saw in the past, that he didn't really understand, and now he's having a better understanding. But when he ends up finding out, the decision that he has to make goes against those in which that are trying to put up a front against the evils trying to take over in this universe. I think he'll have second thoughts. So I am looking for the Ultimate Spider-Man Incursion issue number 1. I can't wait. I had the book in my hand, and I don't know. Gotta go find it. There is a variant that everyone's going to be looking for. Basically, it's the one, it's considered a spoiler, where you end up seeing Miles' face. He is not wearing his mask, and it's already going for a few bucks. So as far as spec and people are concerned, they're driving that variant already up. It was just supposed to be just a common variant. And yeah, that's the one I left there. I got a feeling they're going to take it. They're going to put it up on the wall and mark it up. Oh, God damn it. All right, moving on from that, let's talk about Marvel Knights, The World to Come. This is the story written by Quesada Priest, or done by Priest. I'm looking forward to getting this. The spoiler on this is basically, it's a story of Black Panther. And what you end up seeing here is a slight spoiler, is a challenge. All right, who that individual is and what their role is, well, you're going to have to end up reading to find out. Yeah, it seems interesting. I end up doing a little bit of background history on the actual book to find out what it was about, and it seems cool. I'm looking forward to it. I wasn't originally going to end up, picking it up, but here we are. Just because I end up finding out what the conflict's about, and yeah, I was like, oh, all right, you know what I mean? Plus, I am a Quesada fan, and when you get those opportunities to go ahead and get Quesada writing for the Marvel side again, my suggestion is go ahead, pick it up. Just saying. Moving out from which I just, God damn it, Marvel Knights, The World to Come, issue number 1. It's not a cheap book. It is a $5.99. But yeah, let's talk about Ultimate Wolverine issue number 6. I ended up getting the whole bullet in the head variant. Here we are with a circumstance in which that because of what transpired that you ain't even seen right here, and more so in there, we have, as it's no spoiler, we end up seeing Namor make a presence. A lot of individuals are really trying to rewire the brain of this ultimate, weapon in Wolverine. And since we're trying to get this Winter Soldier to go ahead and maybe de-winterize him, we're trying to go ahead and reprogram him in a way that it's essentially unprogramming the program that he has going on in his brain. He's warped. I've been digging Ultimate Wolverine. And will we get one that will end up working out to the side? Yeah. I can't wait to see what he does, because he is a ultimate version of the Wolverine that I think we all come to fall in love with as a first generation. This generation Wolverine, to me, is a badass and a half, and I can't wait to get into the series. It did just miss out on my Blue Light Special, but however, my Blue Light Special this week might catch you a little off guard. My Blue Light Special this week is Ghost Rider versus Galactus. The story about he basically, short story, is deciding to go ahead and make Galactus pay with what I would guess to be a penance there. He's judging Galactus for all the death and chaos he's caused throughout the universe. And that to me seems interesting and tantalizing as a story to read. There is a lot of death and despair for one individual to have to contend with when you're of immense appetite is Galactus. When you have that type of capacity to kill on such a range and ferocity and duration as this entity has, how do you contend with that when someone really goes ahead and puts that back? And unless you are completely and utterly soulless and they're devoid of any type of empathy or capacity to feel anything, I don't know how you can deal with something of that enormous, capacity of guilt that you would eventually, I would assume, feel just by having anything remotely dealing with that type of death, and just and then to have the delivery dealt by the writer. Yeah, that is a form of irony in itself, which is I've always enjoyed about that character of Ghost Rider. So this is truly, I mean, I have the book right here. I have so many more books to read. It's going to be difficult for me not to crack this thing open, after which I end up finishing out. Swear. And hey, for all that did cruise on through, I appreciate you, Trev, Bobor, dude, and Trev, Jag, Bleeker, and anybody and everybody who I may have missed, either that it cruised on in on the live and or it catch me on the rewind. I appreciate you greatly. And hey, I hope you get everything that you're looking for tomorrow. Happy New Comic Book Day to each and every single one of you. And that's it for me. Entropy. You guys stay well.